Welcome to the nation. Monster Nation, that is. I'm your host, Monster Man Rocco, aka the Rockness Monster. I'm your tour guide, the president and the king around here. I'm the landlord, owner, tenant, janitor. I'm off the damn floor. With you, if you don't follow the rules. Say, listen, B. I got a question. Was it all a setup? Was it all a setup? It's a valid question right now because, I mean, a better question is if it was all a setup, who's doing the setting up? Because I look at this, it can be looked at two ways. Think about it. Work with me. Um, Hold me down. T.I. is putting out an album. Is the album out yet? I don't know. But he getting ready to put out an album. He starts doing his press run. He goes on Uncle Shannon Sharp's show, and he brings up the Verzuz thing that was old news. This wasn't new news. It was old news. Now I don't know if Shannon Sharp asked him that, but I've been interviewed before. A lot of times when you do interviews on these platforms, a lot of the platforms they will ask you, is there anything in particular you want to talk about or anything in particular you don't want to talk about? And most times you be like, nah, we can talk about anything. But, if you got a project or something you're trying to promote or something, then you will let them know that, you want to take a couple extra moments on that. Let's not live in the past the whole interview. You know what I'm saying? So it's not beyond the stretch of imagination that Ti could have had that question set up. Whatever the question is that Shannon Sharp asked him, to get him to answer that question like that, to bring up the old 50 Cent, the verses and all of that, and say 50 duck, because that was going to get him rolling. He ducked. I mean, he ducked. It's cool. Whatever that was, that could have been premeditated. And then directly after that, 50 responds the way he's been doing, like clockwork, to anybody of a certain amount of notoriety who mentions his name in a negative way. He has a response. And, basically he answers a question that was asked in the T.I. interview. Like, why won't he do without asking the question was asked, why won't 50 do a versus with T.I.? 50 posted the dirt, the snitching and so on and all of that. Yeah, so yeah. And from that moment on, T.I. has had some of the most effective promotion that I've seen him have in a long time. Like all of the comedy that he was doing, where people was talking bad about him, people saying he was having a rough time in the comedy world. Like he's back in all of his glory right now, in time to put out music. He's about to put out an album. If you know the date when it's coming, I don't know when it's coming out or whatever, but we all, that's the narrative, right? So did he line 50 up for promo? I'm gonna promote this album. I'm gonna line him. We already know what we got to do. You talk about him. He gonna say something, and then we gonna go at him, or I'm gonna go at him. Maybe he didn't plot it with King and Damani and the baby girl and all of that, but it's not beyond the stretch of imagination that was a lineup. Salute to Qualo. Is that Qualo? Yeah, he might have lined them up for destruction. Somebody said Ti is a pound. What's that? What do you mean a pound? Yeah, but you can't tell a person how to respond. I got it. But so here's the thing. On the other hand, could it be that 50 Cent 50 Cent been taking little shots at. I wouldn't be being completely honest if I didn't say 50 Cent been taking little shots at Ti over the years. You know what I'm saying? And 50 Cent has just well, the rumor is right now. Well, let me slow down. 50 Cent just made a Diddy doc. I asked in one of my lives before, what happened? I'm like, there's something missing. Why would 50 if 50 agreed with T.I. to do a versus, why would he back out? Did something, when that whole T.I. snitching allegation situation, that happened before versus existed. You know what I'm saying? That platform didn't exist yet when all of that happened. So if he got 50 to agree with that, then what happened in between that to make 50 say nah? You know what I mean? The Ti disrespect the Diddy doc. That sent 50 in a, you know what I'm saying? That got him to shooting at some other folks, right? So it's not beyond a stretch of imagination. But whatever it was, they talking about 50 is working on a documentary on the 30 women, I think they said 30 women who accused T.I. and Tiny of all kind of weird stuff. That's where we going. Now, I don't know if maybe 50 had this lined up. Maybe he had this lined up. You understand what I'm saying? Because look, I just watched a video that went a little something like this. Y'all familiar with the big homie? What's his name? Big homie CC, right? He be having some interesting interviews. He got one on Cam Capone right now. Came out a day ago, and it
Well, you
says this.
brought up T.I. and 50 beefing. Now it's being reported that 50 Cent is working on a documentary
It's being
about
reported.
T.I. and Tiny because you remember they were accused of some wild things in the past.
Yeah,
See, this is why, bro, I've been kind of pressing my team
I ain't make this up.
because the content space is expanding, and whoever YouTube rewards interview content over an hour, right?
Yes.
Here's the
Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. They say it's helpful for the channel. We trying to do big things here. Hit the like button.
thing. Look how much success 50 had with the show Power on Stars. He was getting a flat rate per episode. Then we see him go get a film studio.
Mm-hmm.
Because I always watch the Giants. Wherever the Giants are starting to pivot, they got inside information. That's why I be coming to you, Biz. We got to come out with movies. We got to come out with our own docs because that's what the Giants are doing. Because people is not watching cable TV no more.
You kind of
People is
spitting.
on YouTube because people want new information.
I'm on YouTube every day. It's series as I want to watch. I'm on YouTube. Y'all on YouTube right now. It's just a basketball game. My Knicks just lost. Whatever. God damn it. But anyway, yeah.
We done seen 50 in several motion picture films, but we not seeing him make those. We seeing him making docs off the news, basically. Mm-hmm. So that's what things is pivoting to. And at the end of the day, 50 Cent is an opportunist,
Mm-hmm.
and he showed his volition with not having problems with conflict
Mm-hmm.
because out of everybody right now, 50 is the most prolific content creator we probably ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Remember he was beefing with Rick Ross? He came out with Pimpin' Curly.
50 came a long way.
Then he had the whole cartoon series where Chris Brown and Rihanna was fighting like Street Fighter. This is where this space is going. After you make a few videos, I
Pay attention.
followed this blueprint. When Brian came and we did Can't Make This Shit Up, After I made the content, we came with a doc, and it skyrocketed everywhere. So everybody watching this need to remove their feelings and pay attention to the climate and what the giants are doing. And even you can, because you gotta understand something. You got the capabilities. You can call me, anybody, and put together a film in a matter of hours. People is making movies for 20,000, while other people are spending 1 million, and then they recouping on YouTube just off the $20,000 a video.
People love information that they perceive as real. As much as we love a motion picture, whatever, niggas who watch the Avengers, niggas will love it. But the behind the scenes footage and all that, niggas is gonna eat that up too. You know what I mean? You do a documentary on how the Avengers was made or whatever the movie is. They're not saying they may do as well as the movie historically, but it's people want to still eat that up. And who knows? Maybe the Giants, as the homie is stating, maybe they see a trend of it going in that direction. But either way, if 50 is really in the, I mean, people talked about that Diddy jump off. They talked about the Diddy doc for so long that people thought it was cap. People thought it wasn't even coming out. I've heard with my own ears from people I know who know people who know people that 50 got damn near 100, 200, a ridiculous amount of shows he working on or got his hands in right now. You understand what I'm saying? So, I don't know, B. Maybe 50 set T.I. up. So who said who up? You know what I mean? Because 50 has always, as the homie said, son has always been one of the most prolific trollers in the game. You know what I mean? He probably like he he was early in the game, right? You know what I'm saying? Adding costumes and props and all of that. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like he's very comfortable with this. So it's like now that he's in a space where, like what the homie said, the niggas, he's not just he's been producer on films or acting in TV shows or whatever, so on and so forth. But it's a different check when it's your when it's your film or your TV show, your documentary. And he just not bought, and set up a whole film studio in Shreveport and all of this. So, he has the capabilities right now to make whatever, make it a lot easier to make whatever content he wants. And by troll, the bigger the name of the troll, the bigger the level of promotion he gets. T.I. ain't nothing to sneeze about. You understand what I'm saying? Say what you want about T.I., but T.I. would be considered an A-list hip hop celebrity in the 2000s. Maybe this ever too. I don't know who A-list no more. They probably a bunch of young rappers that I don't know like that or whatever. But this veterans. T.I. is an A-list veteran celebrity, no matter how you slice it. You know what I mean? Like this nigga, his he got platinum albums or something like that, multiple of them. You know what I'm saying? Like he had big records, B. Somebody asked me, what do I think that well, I asked somebody, I was having a debate in the comments. I think I mentioned this, but somebody asked me, was T.I. crazy for thinking that a Verzuz with 50 was winnable? I'm like, no, that's not crazy. It is winnable. It's T.I. got at least 4 albums that I loved. And I'm a nigga from New York. Loved them albums. Used to bump them shits like they was, you understand what I'm saying? Like they was boot camp albums. You know what I mean? 50 got one album that I love, a couple mixtapes that I love. You know what I mean? And he got the G Unit stuff. Like the G Unit album. I love that album too. But all you need is 20 joints. So it could be very competitive. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, it's a fight. I think it would be a fight. But 50 don't need to do that. He ain't got no interest in doing that because he's doing this.
50 showing us how to scale and where to go. That's how we gotta look at this. Phone them grave.
I hear that. Let me read you what Tasha K posted on her Instagram and Twitter.
Alright.
It says, urgent message to
At one point, I forbid Tasha K content from even playing in my household. I'm ashamed of myself now.
the Harris family and their dwarf-looking son.
Damn.
Fresh on my desk from sources connected to 50 Cent's team. That's why T.I. and Sons are trolling 50 Cent with diss tracks to move records after that failed comedy stunt. 50 is allegedly loading up a documentary on T.I. and Tiny and their alleged drugging and assault accusations.
What y'all think about that? Buster is for Missy or Jay-Z. Oh, y'all talking about, y'all in the comments talk about how T.I. ducked that Buster smoke? That's what y'all talk about right now? Because I know I missed something. Somebody said, I think it should be somewhere away from New York and ATL. You know what? I think that it would be all right in New York. I think 50 would have, I think T.I. would have a better chance in New York than 50 would have in ATL. Because niggas in New York do love it. I mean, T.I. T.I. not even better than Jeezy as far as music go. That's not true. I disagree with that. T.I. is a better rapper than Jeezy. And they both got hits and they both, you know, they just different energies. But T.I., technically, T.I. is a better rapper than Jeezy. It's about fairness. Jeezy doesn't have full classics. Mm-hmm. Word up. But yeah, man. Who y'all thinks who said who up? I'm not gonna go through this whole video or whatever. You know, it might be compromising my monetization by doing that. Whatever. I haven't mastered all of the nuances of other people's stuff in your videos and all of that. But who said who up? Did T.I. set 50 up for a nice strong promotional run? Or did Hey Raquel, I was gonna call you as soon as I got off, but I'm glad you found me here. My daughter just not texted me. She was texting me, and I was here talking to y'all because I had just came on here, and you know I didn't want to stop short and all of that. But so just know I rock with y'all, cause there've been times that I cut y'all off for her. You understand what I'm saying? But the fact that she found my live and just sent me another text, and I know we good. So, but yeah, I was getting ready to get out of here anyway, though. But yeah, who y'all think set who up? Did T.I. set up 50 or did 50 set up T.I.? Somebody said Tiny always lining T.I. Don't be like that. Don't be like that. If you made it to the end of this video, let me get 4 microphones. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell for all notifications. If you try to be a taxpaying citizen in the nation, leave us a super thanks or Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Or Cash App tag gonna be in the description along with the Bandcamp link and the merch link. This is itsmonstanation.com. The Bandcamp link is there for those of you who would rather hear me rap than hear me yap. So go there. It's a bunch of mixtapes there. Go indulge and all that. And also spell things correctly. I mean, at least the names of our dignitaries. Monster, not monster. No E's and R's. It's a helter skelter, not helter skelters. A's and H's, no E's and R's. And it's BCC, not BBC. Pause protesters. Get your ass out of here. Why do you hate fun so much?